Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. Hope everyone is doing well. I want to speak a little bit about Hanukkah as this coming week, Wednesday night is Hanukkah, December 25th. The night right after Christmas is Hanukkah. We'll be celebrating Hanukkah here in the nursing home together, lighting the candles in the lobby, having festivities, having jelly donuts. So there's a lot of messages of Hanukkah we've spoken about already, but really there's one message which is really the most important of all. And that's the message of always in life to look ahead and not worry about the past. The Jewish people at the time of Hanukkah were going through a very difficult time. There were many difficult years previously behind them where they just weren't doing what they needed to be done, and the society was not the society they wanted to live in. And when you're in for so many years in a society or in a life that you're just not happy with, it's very easy to say, listen, that's what it is what it is, and I just have to settle and accept what's already there in front of us. But what the Maccabees taught us that day is saying, no, just because the past may not have been great, but there's always a future ahead of us. There's always a tomorrow. There's always something new we could do. And that's what happened when they lit the menorah in the temple. They said, you know what, we haven't lit the menorah in so many years, but there's always a tomorrow, a new day. And that's the attitude we have to have, as Hanukkah is the last holiday that was instituted in the Jewish calendar. So that's why we always have to look ahead, because that's what Hanukkah is about. We'll now continue with the singing of Lechadodi, the song we sing Friday night, written by the great Rabbi of Shlomo Alkabetz in the late 1400s. Lechadodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela lechadodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Ishmiyahanu kel hamyuchad Hashem echad Ushmaho yachad L'shemo seferes v'lesilah Chad odi l'kras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela L'kras Shabbos l'chuven elcha Ki hi mekor haberacha Meirosh mikedem nesucha Sov ma'aseh b'machshavot chila Lechad odi l'kras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Mikdash melech Ir melucha kumitzi mitoch ha'afecha Rav lo shevet b'yemekabocha V'hu yachamol alayichem la'lecha Dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisnari me'afar kumi Livshi bigdei sefartei chami Al yad ben yishai beis halachmi Karva el nafshi gi yahala lecha Dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisahoreri Ki v'horechu miyori Uri shir daberi Kavod Hashem alayich nigla Lecha dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela V'hayu l'mshisa shahosayich V'rachaku kameh v'halayich Yosis alayich elokayich Kim sozcha sanal kala Lecha dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Yamin usmal tehefrotzi V'yes Hashem taritzi
Al Yad Ben Yishai Beis Oloch Mikarva El Nafshi Ala Lecha Dodi Likras Kala Pnei Shabbos Nekavela Bawi B'Shalom Atares Ba'ala Gamberino V'Tzahala Tochemune Yam Segula Ba'wikala Lecha Dodi Likras Kala Pnei Shabbos Nekavela.
Many of these celebrations of Hanukkah revolve around food, like many other Jewish celebrations, always about food. And the food revolves oil, jelly donuts, latkes made with oil. Because as you know, the miracle was with oil. The oil in the candles lit for 8 days when it was just a small amount of oil to begin with. But one of the things you have to remember is that sometimes you look too deep for the miracles. The oil itself, what makes oil light? You know, there are many different liquids in the world. There's water. Water certainly doesn't light. There's other materials that don't light, other things that put out fire. Yet somehow oil is different. And I'm not here to say the physics behind oil, why oil lights and other things don't light, but to point something out. God is the one that makes oil light. And sometimes we have to just take a step back and look how God runs the world, look at the nature of the world, and look at the way that God decides to run it, and reflect a little bit at what a wonderful world we live in. And it's not just about the fact that the oil lit for so many days, but even the pure fact that oil does light is something you all have to think about and remember.
We're now finished with the singing of Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra V'Yeis Nasa B'Chefso Kol Azai Mehelech Shemo Nikra V'Yacharei Kechlos HaKol Levahado Yimloch Nora V'Haya V'Hu Hoveh V'Hu Yiyeh B'Sifara V'Hu Echad V'Yein Sheni Hamshilo Lehachvira V'li Reishis V'li Sachlis V'lo Ha'od V'Hamizra V'Hu Keli V'Chai Goali V'Tur Chevli V'Yeis Nasa V'Hu Nisi Umanosli Minas Kosi B'Yom Ekra B'Yahado Avkid Ruchi V'Yeis Ishan V'Yahira V'Yim Ruchi Gev'Yasi Ado Shemli V'Lo V'Ra. And have a happy and healthy week, a great weekend, a great Shabbat. We'll see everybody next week.